Okay, so I'm Ignacio Alpizar. I'm from Costa Rica. I'm a social psychologist and a sociology student, and I work in a foundation with young people in psychosocial vulnerable places. And I'm here learning more about personalism and ways I can apply it in social interventions and group studies.
Okay, and where did you discover personalism?
Okay, so I first discovered personalism through John Paul's II theology of the body, but then I started really reading other philosophers, Emmanuel Munier, Neoncel, Gabriel Marcel, and there was one reading I just knew about this concept personalism, who got together all these people into one school of thought, and I was like, okay, so this is it. And then I discovered that there is not one personalism but many personalisms, and one in particular, community personalism, Emmanuel Munier community personalism. um, I don't know, I identified with it, and it spoke to my heart because of the social perspective of it. So yeah.
Okay, so where do you apply it and how do you use it?
Okay, so in this foundation called Fundamentes, we work with I was just talking about with these young people, and these are people who used to, who tend to use drugs, be in prostitution. It's really like a vulnerable social state. So we use art through beauty, through all these creation capabilities of the person, as well as we use the desires and the life projects of them, like these desires in their heart, to get them into the education system, but not just to be in the education system and graduate from it, but to really enjoy learning, um, and to think about them not as individuals or not as subjects but as persons, helps me think about the relationship with beauty, the relationship with truth, the relationship of their will, their affections. And it's great because these are groups. I do not work with individuals, I work with groups of young people, and in this relationship and in this relational nature of them, they create things in communities, they create things in common, they work for their common good and for their good for the community. And it's great to be learning about this, because it's the way I speak with them. I speak with persons. I'm not speaking with psyches, or I'm not speaking with conducts, or I'm not speaking with sentiments or the thoughts. I'm speaking with persons, and all of that means.
You have a specific example of, some of those groups that created something or an output of it?
Yeah. We did once a what if project that it took like elements that were not present in their community, and we did like this what if this was present in their community. It was really interesting because they spoke about what their community would like to be, and they actually kind of got into the ideas and eventually projects that would take that community there. So in places that they were not touristic at all, they thought about, I don't know, having like a community garden, so people could take their these new places, these gardens, the community gardens, and all that. And it was very interesting. And then there was another project which was like very special for me, which we studied about a life project, what they would do to when they were big enough, when they would study what they would like to do. And it was very interesting because it was to take just these desires of their heart, these things they wanted to do, and even though they have this very dark background, they in groups and in this relationship they build, they help themselves to achieve this. And it was really great to see them like finishing their studies and all of this.
That's very nice. It's part of the social part of
Yeah,
the transforming local societies.
exactly.
where else do you see that personalism can kind of help us with some of the big issues that the world is facing?
Okay, so right now I'll begin finishing my studies in the Catholic University in Costa Rica, which is studying a lot about migrations and climate change. So I think climate change is a really global issue that personalism can really talk to, because I don't know, maybe in my opinion, climate change tend to be a little naturalist or a little animalist, and it's really about the person. I mean, of course, it's important the natural matrix like we live in, but it's the person who interfere with this equilibrium, or that violates this nature sphere, and then it's something in the person that has to be changed in order for climate to change. I mean, we have changed climate, and if we want to stop this climate change, we need to change this perspective about how we relate to each other, how we relate to economy, how we relate to consumption, how we relate to production. And I think personalism can speak a lot about it. And then particularly in Latin America and in Costa Rica, we have a lot of climate migrants, people who have moved from their places because of floods or because of droughts and all this. And I think it's a very important issue, because migration, then again, it gets to political issues, and it gets to economical issues, and it gets to I don't know, anything else, but anything, if anything, it's there are persons. There are persons moving. There are persons, as we usually have done centuries ago. We move from places to places, and I think it's great for personalism to speak to these realities, to climate change and migration, and I think it could bring some lights about things we could solve, or maybe we could think differently than we are thinking it now.
Okay, so you have a book you couldn't recommend people to read?
Okay, a book I could recommend. Let's see. Mm, I mean, I just got the Common Good from Jonas, which yeah, I'm really honored to have it. But I mean, for understanding personalism, I don't know if you guys have it translated, but the works of Juan Manuel Burgos are really great. Yeah, and then anything from Emmanuel Munier, really. Emmanuel Munier is a great personalist. It's a great philosopher. Yeah, I think it's a pleasure to read him. And so anything you guys can find in PDF or something like that from Emmanuel Munier, that would be really great. Yeah.
Last question.
Yep.
What should we in Denmark know about Costa Rica?
What you should know about Costa Rica, that it's a great place for you to visit. We don't have an army. We do have a lot of environmental safe places, and we have very beautiful touristic places. And maybe we don't know it, or maybe we don't say it this way, but we're a really personalized country. So we have a great social care perspective. We are healthcare, education, and anything. We like to welcome foreigners, or we like to welcome visitors like persons, not like guys we want to take money out of them, but as persons that like to appreciate beauty, like to know about history, like to be in a safe and warm place in Central America. So you're very welcome for you guys to come to Costa Rica anytime you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.